Hello. Maybe it's good morning, maybe it's good afternoon, maybe it's good evening. Don't know what time you're listening, but I just really appreciate you tuning in and listening uh, on this YouTube channel or perhaps on my Facebook. I'm really glad and appreciate it. Just have a few things that I want to say again today. We've been talking about the presence of God and the cost of it. The cost of the presence of God is so high. It is so strong. It's so powerful. And it costs something. God himself is precious. When Jesus was teaching people how to pray, his guys to pray, he said, "Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name." That word hallowed means precious, and it's not common. God is not common. He's not like us. He is holy, powerful. He's the great other. And what we're wanting, what we're craving in our life. Really every person in this world, really what they're looking for is the presence of God. They want God. We were created for that. Our spirit was created to be filled with God's very being. We're created in His image. We're created to be partakers and carriers of His glory and of His Spirit, of His Holy Spirit. What a privilege that is, but it's very costly. David figured that out. He was bringing the Ark of the Covenant back into Israel, and that Ark of the Covenant was where the presence of God was. And he was bringing it in. He thought he was doing a good thing, doing a great thing, and they were bringing it in on an ox cart. And a guy touches it, and it ended up killing him. And David is so upset. He's thinking, golly, I'm trying to do a good thing, bringing the presence of God in. But what he was doing, he wasn't valuing the presence of God. He wasn't realizing how precious that God's presence really was. And for 3 months, he studied and looked, and he understood that only the priest could carry that ark in, and he began to shed blood. They walked for several miles, and every 6 steps, he would sacrifice another animal. And walk 6 more steps and sacrifice another animal. He started shedding blood because he realized that the presence of God is so precious. It is so powerful. It is to be so valued that you couldn't treat it in just any old way. Just put it on the back of a wagon and wheel her into town. You couldn't do that. You had to treat it with reverence and holiness, and yet with joy. Because David, after he realized that he was doing the right thing and valuing the presence of God, he basically stripped down to his underwear and he began to worship with all of his might. With everything that was in him, he began to worship and to praise and to sing and to dance. Really made his wife mad. His wife was saying, "Golly, you look like an idiot." That was not the right thing to do. She never had any children after that. But David said, "You know what? If you think this is bad, you haven't seen anything yet. I am going to worship even stronger and more powerfully." David got it. God's presence was valuable and precious. It took blood, and he was an exuberant worshiper when he got it. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow.